Hey everybody! As you can see, I am here on Q's YouTube channel and I am basically taking over for tonight. So me and him just now finished watching episode 3 of the She-Hulk series, and the name of the episode was called It's Not, sorry, Is This Not Real Magic? So the reason I'm here by myself doing this review is because if you guys can remember from our last video, he basically said that he was done doing reviews until the Daredevil character comes out on the series. So basically that's why I'm here doing this review by myself tonight. So so I will say that I really did like this episode. It was a super cute episode. A lot of things happened on this episode in a very short amount of time. Of course, the episodes are still only 36 minutes, so it moves very quick. So we're just going to jump right into it, like we always do. So, kind of the opening scene of episode 4 is basically where there's like this magician that's in this crowd with like a lot of like girls and guys, but it kind of looks like it's maybe like a girls' night out type of event. So this magician is basically using the portal that the character, the Asian guy Wong, uses. So basically he's like using that to basically like execute his magic shows. So that's kind of how the opening scene starts. He ends up sending this girl through the portal and into like the place where Wong is, and he's basically like, what is going on? Like, why is this random girl here? This girl was very much an airhead. I don't want to say she was a blonde, but she was very much an airhead. So anyway, so that's kind of the opening scene. And then kind of what it goes to next is Jennifer Walters. She's dressed up in her attorney suit. She's about to head to work, and she's like in her nice little cute apartment. She's having like a little small interaction with her dad, and then it goes right into her going into her office and then turning into She-Hulk the attorney. So when she gets into her office, for this episode, she's basically going to represent Wong because he's trying to get a cease and desist for this magician to stop using the portal for his magician shows. So basically what happens next is that as he is, so they're in the office, and before he ever comes in so they can talk about the case, what happens is that she's like making why did this get so blurry? Oh, she's like basically making like a Tinder account. I don't know if it was particularly Tinder or just like a different version, but you like see the little flames and she's like making her account. So immediately I kind of start cracking up because I'm like, oh wow, like they went all the way modern with this. Like a modern day woman's kind of like life when it comes to online dating and Tinder and things like that. So that was really cute to me that they incorporated that. So anyway, so that part happens, and then he comes in, they're discussing the case and kind of what's going on, and she's asking him all these questions about the case. And then from there, basically they go, let's see. Yeah, so after that happens, they like go into, no, I'm sorry. Let me, wait a second. Okay. So she goes out with, so remember they made the Tinder account while they're in the office. So she basically goes out with her friend to the bar, and she's working, and then they're talking about like the whole Tinder profile and all of that. And then this like guy comes up to them, and he's kind of a jerk. He's like offering them drinks, and she's kind of like, no, I'm not interested. That whole thing. So that's a very small scene. And then it goes into the next scene where, okay, so at this point they're actually in court, and what's happening is She-Hulk is basically representing him, and they're asking for the cease and desist because they're wanting him to basically just stop using the portal basically. So while they're in court, they call the girl who from the very beginning scene to come up on the stand, but she's an awful witness. She's like I said before, she's an airhead. She's not a good witness. She's kind of like all over the place. So they kind of regretted that. So basically, The finding of that courtroom, the judge basically said that until she could kind of review more evidence and make a determination, they go ahead and let the magician continue to use the portal. So from here, it kind of goes into like these two scenes where like they're kind of going back and forth. So what happens is that the magician starts to goes back to his show, and he has, you know, the court order to go ahead and keep using the portal. So the whole argument is that, you know, he can't use this portal because it can mess up the universe and it can cause a lot of like hurt to people and put people in danger and things like that. But of course, the judge made a different ruling. So they go back into the so they go back, kind of going back and forth. And what happens is that so she's on this date or whatever with this guy that she really, really likes, that she met on Tinder. He's actually like a doctor. So she's like super interested in him. And they go out and they're like really clicking. So while this magician is like doing this show, she's on this date, as She-Hulk, by the way. And so what happens is like, I guess he does some type of trick, and like basically he creates one demon, and then the demons like multiply, and then they basically start attacking everybody. So then Wong has to then interrupt her date, and she was literally about to like hook up with this guy. So like he interrupts her date so that he can basically say like, hey, you need to come help me really quick. So she's literally like on the couch, like pretty much making out with her Tinder date, and then she has to like basically like jump into the portal, go help. She's like using all of her like She-Hulk strength, and like at first they're really small, so she's just kind of like grabbing them and tossing them to, I guess, like another universe or something. And then like the demons start getting like super big, and she's still just like grabbing them and knocking them out and things like that. So then she finishes helping him, and basically she jumps out of the portal back into her apartment. And like it's so nasty because she like was fighting all these demons, so she like has like demon blood on her. And so she's basically like like he's kind of looking at her like, what's going on? And she's like, sorry, that's just demon blood, I had to go help. So it's just funny because it's going from like this very modern her modern lifestyle as a woman, and then like this other part of her where she has to go help like fight demons. But it was really creative, it was really cute. So anyway, so that happens, and then after that, let's see, so then that scene happens, and then that's kind of, I think that's pretty much like the end. Again, it's a very short episode, it moves very fast. They do kind of show this one part where she's going like on tons of dates. This is before she actually meets the doctor guy, and she's going on like tons of dates, and it's just kind of giving this like almost this realistic view of like how awkward it is when you do online dating, and how like the dates are just so awkward, and you know, people will be on their phone or like expect you to pay for the bill, or like just all these like things that happen when you're doing online dating. And so they kind of like show that perspective of it. So again, what Q would say is basically that this was very woke, because we're talking about all of these like modern day situations that happen. And so he obviously did not like it, but I really did like it. And then the ending scene, it didn't really give away too much. The post-credit scene, it was really just like, I'm assuming that he continues to use the portal because it's just a like Wong and then like another girl, or maybe the same girl, I can't remember, but they're basically just sitting there talking about like wine, and like wine and all these like different alcoholic beverages, and they're like eating popcorn and like watching a movie, and he just looks kind of annoyed because she's like this like airhead girl who's just like asking all these like different questions about like what kind of drinks he likes and what this drink is, and like trying to educate him on different drinks. So he's just kind of like, oh my god, like he looks so annoyed. But all in all, that's kind of just like a spoiler review. I guess I should have said that in the beginning. So again, if you haven't seen episode 4, you probably don't want to watch this video, but that was just a spoiler. Again, I really did like this episode. one thing that I noticed just about like her apartment, it's super cute. She has like a very modern apartment. It's like really decked out with like a lot of modern decorations and kind of like big windows. And I like her kitchen. So they really pay attention to just like her being this like independent woman who, like provides for herself. And that's probably one of my favorite things. And probably anybody who's enjoying the show, especially all of the ladies, I'm pretty sure that's like one of your favorite things about this She-Hulk series, is that it's just so modern, and it really is talking about like a modern woman or an independent woman. I don't know the correct term that is being used, but yeah, she just it's just really, really cool. So far I'm really enjoying it. Every episode for me is getting better. And so my rating for this is going to be I'm gonna give it I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I wasn't super disappointed this time with the fighting scene. Again, it's not over the top great, but it was a little bit better this time than some of the other ones. And I'm trying to think. There's just nothing that I didn't really like about this episode. I thought it was cute, creative, and again, a realistic view of kind of what women go through. And so I really did like it. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. I'm really hoping that like the Daredevil character comes on an episode coming up soon so that Q can get back on here with me because I really do prefer to do these videos with him because we can kind of go like back and forth in conversation. But I did try to cover everything on my own tonight, and again, I did really enjoy this episode, so I just can't wait for the next one. So anyways, so I don't know exactly what he says at the end of these videos, but I think he says that if you like it, make sure that you always share it and subscribe it, and that we'll catch you guys later. I'm pretty sure that's what he says. So bye everybody.